Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! News, where the news comes last and the weather comes later. In the past few weeks, there have been quite a few new interesting things revealed that are Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. One of the things that was revealed about 1.5 weeks ago is this box, Battles of Legend Relentless Revenge. And some pretty cool looking monsters here, which I'll get into in just a moment. It's going to be released on the 23rd of June in North America. No other release dates have been confirmed for example, Europe. But this set will combine often requested cards from each of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animated series, so that's from Dual Mods all the way through Vrains. Printed for the very first time, including new cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. Oh, maybe then they mean, like, Dual Mods until Arc 5, but still, they get Vrains cards anyway. High demand cards used in current competition. So, like, what cards are you used a lot? Like Spirals, maybe? Or, like, so your generic stuff like Twin Twisters, potentially? We don't know that yet. And then cards targeted at duelists who want to play the deck strategies and themes released of the past year and into the next one. So, some new archetypes and themes that were released in the past year. And there will be some new members and support for that. Battles of Legend, Life Revenge. Digs into the archives of cards the duelists thought would never see the light of day and produced the Time Lords. Now we have two Time Lords. We have Metaion, the very first one seen, the very first one used by Zone in all of his duels. Radion was seen as well in his duel against Aporia, although that hasn't been released officially. Cephalon has been released, the final like ace Time Lord. But now there's going to be another Time Lord revealed. And in a second I will show you which one. Well, it already says here, the 4,000 attack events a Sunday on the Time Lord. That is a thing now. The number mons that made a debut in Yu-Gi-Oh! Zale will have a new member, because we still don't have all of the numbers. We have almost all of them, but not all of them. There's a new Galaxy Eyes. There is a new Photon. So, I'll show that card as well. And on top of that, in this 100 card set, we return to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Animated series and experience the power of a card so overwhelming it was never meant for our hands. Now, I don't know what card that is referring to. I suppose, like, one thing I'm thinking of is, like, the Seal of Orichalcos. But obviously that's been revealed, like, released already quite a few years ago. And there's cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, 5Ds, Vrains, and more. Now, the 4 cards I want to show you are the 3 cover cards and then the Sandayon, which was shown as well. This is number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. I'm not going to go into the effects in this video because I want to focus on one specific one. This is Topologic Gamble Dragon, a Link Mons from Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, which is a card that the villain Revolver has started using recently as one of his new ace monsters. Then this is Sandayon the Time Lord. It looks pretty cool. But the card that I find most interesting, which I'm super excited about, Orgoth the Relentless. Yeah, Orgoth the Relentless, that thing that was Duke Devlin's ace in both in Dungeon Dice Mons. In the anime, Duke Devlin created Dungeon Dice Mons, and Orgoth the Relentless was his ace. It's a warrior with a bunch of ways to increase his attack power, and Orgoth is getting a release as a real card, and obviously it's going to be dice related. Once per turn, you can roll a 6-sided die 3 times and have this card gain attack and defense equal to the total roll times 100 until the end of the opponent's turn. It's a level 7 mod, 2500 attack with no special way to summon itself, so you do just need to tribute summon it, unless obviously you have a different way, but either that or normal summon. There's no super fancy way to summon it through its own effect or something like that. But considering you roll a 6-sided die 3 times, the lowest you can get is 3, so you get a 300 attack bonus to get a 20 to 28. But you could roll 3 6s. It's a very low chance. It's a 1 in 198 chance. And then you could roll 3 6s, gain 1800 attack, and get to 4300. So that's pretty cool. But in addition to that, if exactly 2 of the results were the same, then you apply one of these effects. If you have 2 1s or 2 2s, Orgoth can't be destroyed by battle or card effect until the end of the opponent's turn, which is nice. Not just your turn, the opponent's as well. It gets protected by things. Still affected by them, so it can still be sent to the graveyard by something, let's say, Cyber Angel Dakini, but it is protected from a lot of things that way. If it's a 3 or 4, you draw 2 cards, and that can be pretty major. And 5 or 6, this turn this card can attack directly. If all 3 of the results are the same, though, which is a chance of 1 in 36, then you apply all of the effects. Then you can't be destroyed by battle or card effect until the end of your opponent's turn, and you draw 2 cards, and you can attack directly. Now imagine you rolling 3 6s. Then you have a monster that cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect until the end of the opponent's turn. You get 2 additional cards to do cool stuff with. You can attack directly with a 4,300 attack monster that, remember, can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. If it only would add like piercing damage, then that would be almost complete. Still, Orgoth the Relentless gets released. I feel I just need to put that in a video somewhere, like build a deck around Orgoth. I want to use Orgoth the Relentless because I find it a very cool card, and I'm very happy that it's going to get released. I think it's super cool. What do you think of Orgoth the Relentless? What memories do you have of Orgoth? What memories do you have of playing Dungeon Dice Monsters? Did you ever play that Game Boy Advance game? I remember playing it a lot. And I'm just so excited for Orgoth to be released. I definitely want one of the cards. Even though I'll probably never play with it in real life, I just want a copy of the card when it's released in Europe. And that was the news video for today. Good night and good news.